Okay, and so let's see, talk about tips, trends, and pitfalls. Talk to an expert before you book. This is not easy task. When you book around the world, anybody can go online to book it. But if you don't invest in like what we are doing now to read all the rules, you can't really take good advantage of the round the world ticket. Only as an expert, we spend lots of time booking it, so we know how to get the best deal out of this round the world ticket. Anybody can go on the online to book it, but you don't necessarily get the best out of it. Okay? So you may have an itinerary in mind, but an experienced round the world flight booker will know which routing works the best and costs least. A few tweaks can mean a big saving. That's what we want. Okay? Because we're professionals, we need to be able to tweak, give a little trick. Because sometimes your clients say, oh, I want to go there, I want to go there, I want to go there. First of all, when you look at the itinerary, you know this does not work. Because what? You are doing direction, reverse direction. You're visiting the same country, too many countries in the same, too many cities in the same country. That's all against the rule, right? So maybe that's what your clients want, but doesn't work. So you might do some tweaks, okay? Or sometimes, in order to get the lower fare, you might suggest them, rather than doing surface segment, you fly it. Or rather than fly during the segment, you do the surface segment. So by doing the trick. Be flexible. Moving your departure date by a few days can save money. Midweek flights are generally cheaper at the fare. This one, do you think it's does it matter? I put it there, but does it matter? Why it doesn't matter?
Because there's no seasonality or
There's no seasonality, right? So it doesn't matter. It's by distance. They don't care it's weekday or weekend. They don't care it's high season or low season. Okay? So this one, it actually does not matter. And think about internal travel. It can be cheaper to book internal flights at the same time as booking your round-the-world ticket. But with a global increase of low-cost carrier, you may find it better to buy them separately. This one works especially when you are in Europe and part of Asia, because where the budget airlines are plenty and the fare is really low. And rather than use that one as part of your round-the-world coupon, if you can find a $10 fare, you may as well just buy it individually, right? But the problem is that once you book that ticket, it's non-refundable. But some people think, what? I don't care, $10, non-refundable, so what? Big deal, right? So that will lower the fare. You can do that. But be warned, this one is important. If you don't board one of your booked flight, your airline is likely to cancel off subsequent flight. This one applies to all the tickets. You have to use the ticket continuously according to your itinerary. If you miss any of them, subsequent flights will be canceled. And of course, for round-the-world ticket, it's easier is if you can't do that, you have two choices. You can delay the date for free, right? Number two is that I really don't want to go there anymore. Then what can you do? You plan to go there, you paid for that, but you say, I really don't want, there's war. I don't want to go there anymore. Then what can you do? You're rerouting. You just change to the next destination. And when you're rerouting, can you do that? Absolutely. You just have to do what? Pay the fee. Yeah. No. Okay? So that's flexibility. And so we talk about the 3 round-the-world fare from 3 different alliances. Now we're going to focus on one region. Okay? This one is not by alliances. It's actually offered by an airline, specific airline. This is a Qantas Walkabout Air Pass. This one, I'm telling you, is good. Why do I explain this one? Is because this one is considerably cheaper than round-the-world ticket or the air pass, some kind of pass, regional pass. Because this one is when you fly with Qantas, because you only use that airline, right? So the ticket is cheaper than using the alliances. So how does this work? Is let's look at, first of all, you will find Australia is quite big. Okay, so if you want to travel all areas of Australia, then flying is the best way to do, because a train ride is almost similar to Canada. Imagine you travel by train all over Canada. Is it convenient? Not convenient at all. First of all, the train here is extremely slow. It's extremely slow. And second of all, the frequency is not much. Okay? So for example, you travel between Ottawa to Toronto, really not too many choices. Right? It's not like traveling in Europe or Japan. Same thing for Australia. When you want to travel to cover the whole thing, it's a big country, then its best idea is by flying. And because you want to travel many places, and buying an air pass is probably a better deal. Okay, it's like a combo. So let's see how does this work. So these are the terms and conditions. So we want to go. Wait a second. I want to go there. Hold on. So see more of Australia for less. So this one is Qantas walkabout. So how does this work? Is that this air pass has to be combined with your international ticket. It can't be like this. I'm gonna buy my own ticket to Australia and I buy this walkabout air pass. No, you can't. This air pass has to be combined with your international ticket, which means you have to buy your ticket from Ottawa, Toronto, Vancouver to Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane first, then combine together. Okay? So this is a walkabout air pass. So let's see, what do they cover? It's just too big. So first of all, let's look at some sample itineraries. Okay? This one starts from Toronto. So let's have a look. You can travel to Toronto. So they have different themes. One is vibrant cities, wine trail, coastal Australia. By the way, first of all, I'm going to do a poll. Which one do you want to do if you have a choice? Coastal. Wine city? Vibrant city, okay. Which one? Coastal. Coastal, that's it. Coastal. Guangxing, which one? Vibrant cities, wine trail, coastal Australia.
Sorry, I was lost.
No, we're lost. Okay, there are different options you can choose. So I'm gonna ask you, which one do you think I would love to do?
The wine.
No, you just.
City.
I'm not that old. Which one?
City.
Coastal.
Vibrant city?
Coastal.
I'm gonna use coastal.
Yeah.
So why do you think I'm using coastal?
I don't know. You just probably want to explore a little bit more than just walk around. Like you get to see
Alright.
stuff. Might be
David, why do you
nice.
think I'm using the cities?
No idea, it was a guess.
No, just guess, right? Why do you think I'm doing wine?
Because our teacher likes to drink, so.
You're talking to the wrong person. I don't drink at all. Actually, the other was so funny. The other day I was visiting a friend, right? So we were just sitting having dinner, and there were glasses, and they were drinking wine. I was drinking the Pepsi, and we're sitting so close together, right? So when I was just eating and talking, and I just grabbed the drink, and it was wine, and it was just how do you say that? I just spit it out because it was so disgusting.
Wine is really gross.
Yeah, and so I don't drink at all. So that's right. I would choose coastal Australia. It's because with the wine, I don't drink wine, so no way I'm gonna not do that. And the vibrant city is because why do I don't know. It just doesn't attract me. I want to go somewhere close to the ocean, I guess. Okay. So that's really why I chose this coastal Australia. And lots of people choose this one. David, which one you would choose? Why?
I do the city first because all the cities are on the coast.
Not first. Yeah, most big cities. Yeah, that's right. See, yeah, you do the big city and
I do both.
you do both wine. Does it mean
No, I do the vibrant cities.
vibrant city and coastal, right? Wine
Wine
doesn't.
anywhere.
So Sorry?
You can get wine anywhere.
But there's no vineyard everywhere.
Yeah, but I've seen vineyards. So.
Okay, so that's good. Okay, perfect. So again, what is it? This is the website. I like it. It's because it gives you different options, right? So it tells you which one can you choose for your client. And so this one is sample identity. They all start from Toronto. You see, that's the reason why I said it has to be combined with your international ticket. You can't say I'm gonna buy a budget ticket from whatever airlines, and then I found a good deal to Australia. Then I buy that one from Air Canada, then I buy separate. You can't. You have to buy Qantas all the way to Australia, then do the pass. This way they will give you some deal, because otherwise it won't. Okay? So that's a sample itinerary, and also they have a zones. This is important as well, because like what I said, Australia is big, right? Do you think they're going to charge you the same money flying between Sydney and Melbourne, and Sydney all the way to Outback? They're not going to do that. They're going to charge you by zone because it's big. So they will say, if you travel with this in this zone, how much does it cost? And the other zones, the fare will be a little bit higher. Makes sense, right? Because a big difference. And the experiences is just easier for you to sell. What can you do in different places? And booking tips and tools. This one, it just basically tells you, in order to make this happen, what kind of things you have to be careful, right? So the most important thing we should worry about is always terms and conditions. This is we are professional. We need to know, in order to make this happen, what do we have to follow? The rules, right? So let's look at the terms and the conditions. I actually put it there already. So terms and conditions. The Qantas Walkabout aircraft must be purchased simultaneously with a Trans-Pacific Qantas or American airline from Canada to Australia. Round trip or one way from Canada to Australia. So this is important. Either you book Qantas or American. Because what? They are very close partnership. So either one is okay. Chances are you book American airline, it's code share with operated by Qantas as well. Okay? So this is important. Has to be, you have to book the international as one way or round trip. Travel economy on Qantas or Qantas code-share flight, Qantas Link, Jetstar, Alliance Airline, or Air North. This is important because whenever you fly cross Trans-Pacific, it's by Qantas or American, right? But when you are within Australia, Qantas actually has their own regional airlines. Like some shorter flight is not going to be operated by Qantas. It's going to be operated by this smaller regional airlines. Do you know why all the airlines do that? Why don't they do all the Qantas? Why do they introduce this Air Canada Jazz, Air Canada Rouge, Qantas Link, this kind of stuff? Why do they do that? Remember, everything is about dollar.
Push the sales and target to more
It's
people from
cheaper.
backgrounds.
It's cheaper to run these regional carriers. It's like Air Canada. Air Canada and Air Canada Rouge, the employees have totally different benefits. So it's much cheaper to run the regional carriers. Okay? So that's why when it's a short haul, they use a smaller aircraft and the cheaper labor. So it's cheaper. So that's really why. Okay? Not only by Qantas, it can be by the regional carrier as well. And no charge for day change. This is a similar idea with a round the world ticket, right? Routing change 40 Canadian dollars. Okay, you want to change the routing, then you have to charge. Additional service fee, Canadian dollar 40. Wow. Australian dollar 80. I guess it's cheaper to buy Canadian dollar because Canadian dollar and Australian dollar is almost at par. Okay. So service fee and the cancellation charge is based on Qantas international ticket condition. So if you want to cancel the whole pass, then they will follow the Ottawa to Sydney cancellation penalty. Follow me, find it out. Okay. And child discount do not apply. They don't welcome children. Okay. I don't know why. Discount for infants not occupying seat is 10%. Which one does not allow child discount? Remember we talked about it? Star Alliance, right? The Starline doesn't have a child discount either, right? So this one, AirPass, no child discount. No minimum stay, which is nice. Maximum stay is like basically 1 year. Seats are limited, may not be available. This is true. Because think about it, whenever you book either round the world fair or whatever, there's a certain class of service. When that class of service is sold out, then you cannot book that flight. You have to do what? Change the alternative. Another date or another connection. Okay? So it's not that you are selling one class, huh? It's there's certain class of service as well. And the sample itinerary. Okay, this one I'm gonna ask you to try it because this is shorter. It's faster to do it. We just I'm interested to know how much does it cost. So everybody, let's go to Qantas website and look at this itinerary. See how much does it cost. Okay, Qantas. Everybody, please. Do a sample booking. Laptop, not cell phone. If you can use cell phone. Ladies, laptop please. Do a sample booking for this one.
So where do I do that?
You go to Qantas and AirPass. So let's see, book. AirPass is on here. Fly, see the AirPass. No, about Qantas. Okay, so what you do, just Google Qantas AirPass. Yeah. And go to, oh, no, not go to Canadian. Yeah. Did you find it? Yeah. Qantas AirPass. Walkabout AirPass. Did you find it? Yeah, walkabout. Qantas walkabout. Pass. Just want to try how much does it cost. I'm gonna try it at the same time. Did you find that? How much is that? Does it work? Oh, how much is yours, Valerie? 3,000? Obviously yours is different. How much is yours? How much is yours?
Yeah, I can work first income.
How much is yours?
Then work first income. Yeah, it's only third.
Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so how much did you find? 3,014. I think the market has different, right? How much is yours? 3,036?
Yeah, it was 33.
Yeah, it's the only it can be different. Minor differences because what? You might choose different connecting point. The same flight between whatever. For example, you're doing Ottawa to Sydney. For example, Valerie can choose Ottawa to Los Angeles to Sydney, and Matt can choose Ottawa, Vancouver, whatever, right? So a little bit different. But ballpark, how much does it cost? 3,000, right? So Joelle asked me, is it good price? What do you think? Is it good price?
Yes.
It is quite good price because flying to Australia itself from East Coast, Ottawa, it's about the low season, it's about $1,600 if you're lucky. If you're lucky. And the high season can be 2,000 or way over, okay? And for this one, how many segments? You are Ottawa to Sydney, round trip, right? But within Australia, how many segments do you have? Sydney to Melbourne, 1. Melbourne to Perth, 2. Perth to Brisbane, 3. Brisbane to Sydney, how many? 4 segments. And also, guys, look at the map of Australia. Okay. So, remember this is one by zone, right? So you are traveling Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane. This is not too bad. This is like a short, medium haul, right? The flight is not expensive. But there are 2 long haul flights. One is from Melbourne, like between Melbourne and Perth and Sydney. This is long haul, okay? This one, for example, how much does it cost from Ottawa to Vancouver, one way? One way is probably at least $400, right? So think about it, it's not that expensive. 3,000 for all this itinerary is not a bad deal. It's quite good. In fact, what they do is because you purchase the long haul flight across Pacific, so they give you some deals for this Australia Air Pass. So if your clients only gonna travel within Australia, and it's probably a good idea for them to use this Australia Qantas Walkabout Pass, rather than choose Alliance's pass. Okay, when do you use Alliance's pass is when you travel. You need different airlines to operate. But if you only travel in Australia, Qantas is good enough. Then you probably easier just use Qantas Walkabout Pass. Okay, so basically today the idea is I introduce you different passes, different round the world fare, and in the end, you're gonna choose the one suits your client's requirement best. Okay, depending on what do they want, where do they want to visit, how many stopovers they want. Okay, then you choose a specific one. Okay, so that's for the Qantas Walkabout Air Pass. So $3,000. Now, what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna do a quick review for next week's test. Next week is 20%, okay? So, when I go through, it's a good idea for you to take some notes, because I will tell you what type of questions you might see, okay? So you have some. So first of all, star A, star S, star O. Because from week 7, 8, 9, 10, what do we cover? Week 7, we cover what? Star Alliance. Week 8, what did we cover? One World and SkyTeam. Week 9, what did we cover? non-alliance members. Emirates and Etihad, right? Last week. And this week we talk about around the world, right? That's all we talk about. We didn't do any calculation. So this test is all about product knowledge. There's no calculation, okay? Not like the last test, there's some different calculations, linear fair format and nuke amount. This test, nothing like that. It's only product knowledge, okay? So Star Alliance SkyTeam one-word carrier codes. So we talk about all the carriers belong to those members, right? Belongs to those alliances. Then your job is to, for the codes, you must follow the carrier codes and know which alliances do they belong to and what other codes. You must know that, all of them. Okay, all of them. And by continent, what does it mean by continent? I might ask you, you need to know which carriers belongs to which continent for these alliances. For example, I can ask you a question like this. In the multiple choice question, it can be, which of the following airlines, Star Alliance members, is located in Asia? Which of the following Star Alliance members is located in Asia? A, Lufthansa. LH, all codes, there's no name. A, LH. B, OS. C, UA. D, OZ. So what is the answer? Which of the following Star Alliance members is located in Asia? A, LH. B, OS. C, UA. D, OZ. It will be D, OZ, Asiana. Okay, so that's the type of questions. Make sense? Okay? So then, of course, I can ask you by SkyTeam. I can ask you by One World. So when you study this one, my suggestion is go to the PowerPoint. Every alliances, I give you the map, right? So you need to know which airlines is in which continent. Remember, which continent do I care? I only care about what? Europe, Middle East, Asia, and Oceania. That's it. African Airlines, I don't worry about it. Okay? South American Airline, I don't worry about it. Only Europe, Middle East, Asia, and Oceania, which means Australia and New Zealand. Okay? And those Pacific Airlines. Make sense? Okay. And be able to locate on the map. Okay. And next one is OTT training. This one I put in red, bold, which means there are lots of questions. If you want to do well, I suggest you to go back to do that training. If you haven't done the training, do the training. If you've already done the training, review all those questions. Okay? And I can always tell you, there are total 50 multiple choice questions. Just for the OTT training, I would say at least 15 questions. And I can tell you right now, it's almost like a carbon copy of the questions. Okay, so I don't modify a lot. I modify a little bit, but not a lot. So if you go back and study those questions, you will do well. And only 3. One is a Finnair, and one is a Star Alliance. One is SkyTeam. They are short trainings, not long. And week 7 to 10 in-class PowerPoint. So all the PowerPoints on Blackboard, my suggestion is to go back and study, focus on the PowerPoint. Because I just wrote the test yesterday. How did I make the test? Basically, I look at the PowerPoint. I have all the PowerPoint on my desk. I have all the OTT training on my desk. I just go through one of them and wrote my test. Okay, so if you want to do well, go through the PowerPoint. Okay. Remember, this test is all about product knowledge, no calculation whatsoever. And industry news. There are not a lot of industry news. Okay, so the question is, probably there are 2 or 3 questions, not a lot. Okay. And again, major alliances, route map. This one is all in your PowerPoint. What does it mean is, remember when I teach that one, I always tell you, I don't need you to know where do they fly into states, but you must know where do they operate non-stop flight to Canada. Which city do they operate? First of all, do they operate or not? If they operate, where do they fly into? How many cities do they fly into international? There are only Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, or Calgary. Only these 4. So when you study the major airlines in your PowerPoint, and remember where do they fly into, okay? And this one, I'm talking about major airlines. Anything not in my PowerPoint, you don't need to know. Where do they fly into? Make sense? Anything not in my PowerPoint. Malaysia Airlines, is it in my PowerPoint? No. All you need to know is what is the code? Which continent do they locate in? Which alliances? That's it. Do you need to know where do they fly to? No. Only the airlines in your PowerPoint. Make sense? Not a lot. Okay. So those are multiple choice questions. So the format, like what I said, it's all about product knowledge. Only 2 types of questions. Number 1 is multiple choice questions. There are 50. Each one is 0.20. Yes?
Is it like on the blackboard, like the slides?
No, not on Blackboard. It's all Scantron sheet. You'll be giving the printed version, and I give you the Scantron sheet. So there's no problem. We don't worry about the Wi-Fi because last time is one class really sucked. Okay, so no worry about that. No Wi-Fi and everything on the printed version. So 50 multiple choice questions. Each one is 0.20. Total is 10%. Okay, half of the mark. And multiple choice question, like last page, I talked about those examples. For example, another example is which of the following airports does Singapore Airlines operate non-stop flight to? A, Montreal. B, Toronto. C, Vancouver. D, none of the above. What is the answer? You probably don't know now. Go back, study. There will be at least 7 questions like this. Every single airline in your PowerPoint will be tested. Singapore Airlines actually does not operate to Canada at all, so it's none of the above. Make sense? So this one is not hard. Huh? So next part is short answer questions. Last time, I gave you 3. You choose 1. I chose 1 for you, right? This time, because it's a product knowledge, we don't have calculation. So this time, there will be 14 topics. 14 topics. In the test, I will choose 10 for you. Okay? So you will write 10 of those 14 topics. 10, okay? And each topic, minimum 4 points. Remember all point form? Each question, 4 points. But whenever you write these questions, the more the better. If you write 10 points, as long as I see 4 correct ones, you get full mark. Make sense? So always, the more the better. Okay? So quickly go through this 14. Okay? Like what I said, 10 of them will be, I will choose 10 of them in the test. Different sections have different questions. Okay? So one by one, I'm going to go through it. They are all in the PowerPoint. Number 1, airline alliance travelers benefit. So this one is basically why do we introduce airline alliances? What are the benefits for the travelers? For us, what are the benefits? It's in the PowerPoint. So go back. In order to do well for this test, my suggestion is for this 14 concepts, go home and type into point form and study it. Get the cheat sheet or whatever, the cue card, and study those point form. Okay? Like what I said, the more, the better. The more chance you're going to get a full mark. As long as you circle 4 of them, you get full mark. Okay? Everything can be either found from my PowerPoint directly or from the website. I give you the link, you'll find it. Okay? Turkish electronic visa application system. This one, remember when you go to Turkey, you need to apply for the visa, right? In the PowerPoint, there's a video clip. Right? Remember in class I showed that one? And probably good for you to go back, watch the video again, summarize into point form, and study for it. Air China's transfer hotel service in the PowerPoint, but I quickly explained. Your job is to go back, click the link, and summarize yourself. What does it mean, the Air China's transfer hotel service? Beijing, China, 72-hour visa-free stay. This one, the link has been provided to you in the PowerPoint, in the star line, week 7 PowerPoint, star lines. And this one is basically who qualifies for 72-hour visa-free. What does it mean? How does it work? So go back and summarize yourself. And Air China's baggage check-through service, I also talked about this. Normally, you pick up your baggage as a first entry of the country, but for Air China, you don't have to. So, what does it mean? How does it work? All Nippon Airways free international cell phone rental. How does it work? Who qualifies? What is the process? Okay. And this one, I highlighted. I put in red. This one, I forgot to mention in the PowerPoint. Okay. This one, you must study, look for from the internet by yourself. This one is the Singapore Airlines free Singapore tour. And this one is basically when you book with Singapore Airlines flight, then when you have a longer connection in Singapore, then you will qualify to do a free Singapore tour. How does this work? Okay, go on website, find it. Singapore Airlines, you can find it. This one. This one is the only one not in your PowerPoint. You must look for yourself. Okay? I think I used this service 3 times. It's pretty good. And EVA Air's Hello Kitty flight. This one, I mentioned it in class, right? There's a video clip. So you go on website, go to EVA Air to find out about. For example, Hello Kitty flight. What is about? Like, for example, they have a special check-in area, Hello Kitty theme. They have on board what's special about the Hello Kitty flight. Where do they fly into Hello Kitty flight? Something about it, okay? And SkyTeam Sky Priority Facilities. This one is in your OTT training. OTT training, SkyTeam. This one talks about what is Sky Priority. When we talk of priority, what kind of priority? Remember last test we talked about Air France, right? Premium economy. So one priority, Sky Priority is one of their benefits. So now I want you to know the detail. When we talk about Sky Priority, what are we talking about? Okay? You can find it from SkyTeam website or go to the OTT training SkyTeam. Emirates chauffeur drive service. Last class we talked about it, right? There's a video. There's a website. Go there and find out who qualifies, what is about, the process. Etihad's express coach service. This one we talked about as well for economy class, right? So Etihad's complimentary visa stopover. Last class we talked about that as well, right? When you fly with Etihad, you actually can get, if you want to stop over, Etihad will pay for your visa. Okay? How does it work? And Etihad Airways upgrade options. In last week's PowerPoint, there are 4 types upgrade, right? So what is each one about? Today we talk about the Qantas Walkabout AirPass, right? Walkabout AirPass. So what is this? Who qualifies? What terms and conditions? So talk about it. Okay? So that's all of the 14. Some students say there are a lot. Yes, there are a lot because this test is all about product knowledge. Okay? But will you be able to do well? Absolutely, because all the questions are here. Your job is to go back home and be organized. Get the point form for each one, get the cheat sheet, the cue card, and study for it. It's not that hard. Again, I'm seeing the point form. I'm not asking you to write an essay. Right? Make sense, this one? Any question about the test? Anywhere it's not clear?
Yeah.
Yes?
Just wondering how OTT training, is it online ticket?
Around the world?
So where can we, like how can I study for OTT training?
OTT training? Have you done any? The OTT website. You register and there are trainings there. Okay? So that's for the test. Now I'm gonna talk about the homework. Remember we have a One World Academy. So One World Academy, this is a place, it's almost like OTG training. You register and you do the round the world ticketing. How does it work? This one is worth 5%. You finish it, you print your certificate, by week 14 class, you hand it to me, you get 5%. So I'm gonna show you how does this work, okay? Not that one. Okay, this is a travel agent oneworld.com. Okay, so it's on One World website. This one is the training academy. Okay, so we're gonna watch a short video and see what it's about.
Are you ready to provide your customers with a seamless round-the-world experience, enabling them to travel the world with ease? With an affordable and flexible worry-free trip? Creating a round-the-world itinerary has never been easier. Access the entire One World Alliance global network and simply choose between our continent-based One World Explorer or the mileage-based Global Explorer fares. One World offers a single solution that gives you multiple ways to book virtually limitless options for your customers, using our global alliance of member airlines. And to make sure you have everything you need to book and promote One World effectively, we've created the One World Training Academy. In the One World Explore Around the World module, a complete set of lessons will teach you about powerful tools, such as the online interactive planner, which helps you easily create a One World Explorer fare. The interactive planner tool will guide you through building an entire itinerary and ensure you are fully compliant with the fare rules. Provide your customers with a number of options by saving multiple itineraries in the system, which can also be accessed and changed at any time. You can then book the valid itinerary in your GDS or directly on our online booking tool. Our One World Explore Around the World module covers many GDS platforms and provides the necessary instructions to build an itinerary and manually store the fare in your system. The lessons will also provide you with detailed rule information, frequently asked questions, and an opportunity to build a round-the-world itinerary. Once you've completed this Training Academy module, you'll be certified as a One World Round-the-World Specialist. With access to the entire One World Alliance network, with destinations in more than 150 countries, what are you waiting for? Show your clients how easy it is to see the world.
Okay, so the reason why I put this as 5% is this is so far the best training tool I've ever seen. Because what does it work is, as we all know, we compare 3 alliances around the world. One World has the most comprehensive and the best options for round the world ticket. And this One World, they offer Travel Agent Academy. It's a training certificate. So basically, there are different modules. There are 6 or 5 modules. And each module, it goes step by step. How do you book a round-the-world ticket for your client? And the good thing about this one is it's actually designed for different GDS platform. Remember I said it can be, there's 6 of them. We are using Apollo at the college, right? And what they do, you can choose Apollo. Then all the transactions in the training will be catered to Apollo transaction. So we'll find it's very similar transactions. And of course, if you want to learn how does it work for Sabre, and then you choose Sabre, and they give you the transaction in Sabre. So it's a great training tool. It started from the beginning using the online tool, and also one module is about how do you book it from your GDS, okay, from Apollo. Then in the end, after you finish all the modules, then you can finish do the test and get the certificate. Okay. So in order to do that, first of all, you need to go to oneworld.com, the website. Then you go to Travel Academy, you must register. Okay, you must register. Did I click register? I did. Okay, so when you register, again, I suggest you to use Algonquin College email. The same thing with OTT, okay? And the password, probably use Algonquin password so you won't forget. And here, IATA number is optional. So what you can do, agency name, you just put campus travel. Campus travel will be fine. And the campus travel website. How many consultants in your agency? You can put 6 or 7 or 8, it doesn't matter. Okay? So when you register this one, and the address, you can put the college address. Okay? And here, computer reservation system, you can choose Apollo. That's ours. And your office key area of business, let's see, you just put other, doesn't matter, okay? So once you register, you can start the training, okay?
They want us to specify when we click other, so
Which one?
when we click other, they want us to
Oh,
specify.
do they? Then you just say school, travel school. Okay, doesn't matter, it's for them to know where you're from. Okay, so this one is how this works. Again, using your Algonquin College email. Okay, so when you finish, it will send a certificate to you. Then by week 14, once you finish it, you print the certificate. I get certificate, you get 5%. Again, this is a fantastic tool. And today we talk about round the world fair. But after you do the training, you will have a really good idea how does round the world fair work. Okay? So that's all we're going to talk about today. And if you have any question about the test, stay and ask me about if you're not clear about the test. Otherwise, next week we have 20% test. Okay? Yes. Have a good week.
Yeah, I have a class recording. So
Yeah.
I missed the first class of the semester.
Yeah.
Probably I didn't hear about
You
it.
didn't do anything.
No, I did not. It's like, I was
So you have you done OTT? None of them?
so if we don't do it, we go to course or?
No. I don't check whether you do it or not. They just do it and in the test, you constantly have no idea. Okay?
Yeah, I'm good at this.
So I'll show you the OTT how does it work, huh?
I'll bring them for the test. I gotta print off after
So like even though I didn't get the certificate from OTT doesn't mean I failed the course.
No.
No.
No, you don't have to.
So it's different from campus travel.
No, it's different from training. So what you do Google OTT
I'm
training.
gonna go.
And the first one,
What are you doing?
Register?
Yeah.
Study cells.
I must be covered in the first class.
yeah, so you
But
register.
I gotta go study cells.
The same thing with you just follow the registration,
Yeah.
and after you register, you activate your account, and you come here to do that training. So airlines. So last week we did Finnair, and SkyTeam, and Star Alliance. So what I suggest you to do to finish this one and do this, do the training.
Yeah.
Okay? But my suggestion is study all those first. When you finish studying all those, then do the training. Okay?
It's a lot of studying.
Focus on those 14 topics
Yeah.
because they're 10% right there. Okay? If you get all the full marks, you pass already.
I'll try my best. Stay.
Yes.
What are the continents that we have to study?
Europe, Europe and Asia, Middle East, and Oceania, Australia, New Zealand. Those are the airlines you need to study. Those are the continents you need to study.
So, just have a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
You said that like one word is number of continent and total distance.
Yeah. Mhm.
Ranking is by distance and Star Alliance is by class and by
By distance. It's basically by distance. All of them, they buy a class of service. But the only thing is one world is there's one options by continent.
Yeah, see you there. Thanks, Sean.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Trip.
Bye-bye. Study, huh? Okay. So you're gonna do your placement at the airport?
No, I'm gonna do it, I was debating between airport
Uh-huh.
and travel agency.
Yeah, yeah.
My family, they own a travel agency.
Oh, okay.
Back home, so I was debating
Oh, okay.
where I wanted to do it.
Mm.
But I'm gonna do it at the travel agency, but I'm gonna go work at the airport.
As well?
My mom's best friend,
Which airline does she work for?
Air Canada.
Lucky you. And you know what? You have the advantage because you're bilingual. So I think they only hire bilingual. And Air Canada, it's very hard to get in.
Yeah,
It's
no,
you-
that's why I'm just gonna, because I'm gonna be there for 3 weeks. So
Okay.
she said, like, just come with me, like, it's fine, you
Yeah.
know, I don't have to fill out any
Oh, okay,
paperwork
okay.
to go there.
Where are you from? Which?
It's Abitibi.
Oh, it's pretty far, huh?
Yeah, correct?
Oh, okay.
So, but I just want, like, it's not a big airport. It's-
No. But you know what? It's actually good to work at a small airport because you know why? First of all, it's less restriction. Because when you work for the big airport, they want you to fill out this form, that form, security, and all that kind of stuff. And also, when you work for the small airport, everybody has to be multitask. You have to do this, you have to do that, so you're gonna learn everything.
Yeah, like, she's gonna show me how to, like, when people are checking in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So nice.
And there's 4 daily flights that go from my town to Montreal.
Yeah.
And 4 that are
Coming
coming
back.
in.
Okay.
And every flight to Canada.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
That's
I'm gonna go with her and like
Excellent.
see. She said come one day and then if you wanna come the day after, you
Oh,
can just.
that's nice.
That's what is nice with small cities.
I know.
50,000,
I know.
but people have lots of money there because
Yeah.
it's all mining
I
and
know.
construction.
Yeah.
So
Good
yeah,
for
I
you.
just try different
Good
stuff.
for you. And you know what? This program is actually great for you because we're really strong on the hands-on stuff. There are lots of colleges, right? What they do is they bring in lots of different like trendy courses, but they're very weak on the hands-on stuff.
Yeah.
But in the sometimes in the agency you need some hands-on stuff and get you ready.
Because I compare, like my mom, she did the same program
Mhm.
like 30 years ago in Montreal.
Mhm.
It was a good one, but now there's lots of travel agent courses that are only 6 months.
Yeah, I know.
So they hire like students for placement, but they don't know how to use Apollo or anything.
That's right.
Rather than me, I'm gonna have like 4 full class about it.
That's good.
So it's a really great program for travel
Excellent.
agents.
Your family has
Yeah, my mom's dad had opened it. It was one of the first travel agencies in Quebec. Yeah. And he opened it like more than 50 years ago. And then he died super young because he went in China and he ate the monkey brain. And he got like a bacteria, so he died. He was like 2 years old. So my mom and her brother took it over. Mom just finished her program. Yeah. So she moved back home and then he died like 2 years after. So her and her brother took it over. So yeah, now my mom is still work there. I'm probably taking the break right now because I'm in the kitchen.
Okay.
And yeah, when
it's a small place. It's only place you go. People don't compare.
Yeah.
And
Like my run, like to run the place from where I was to my town.
Yeah.
I actually connected Montreal,
Yeah.
and for one ticket it's over $1,000.
I know.
Like it's very rare for you to be able to have a free ticket for your town.
I know.
So the only one, like the only center that you can with the red, they're the only ones that are very they go more over the guys sitting and like they keep very like there's just a progress and there's like a computer.
That's great.
When I first started the program, I wanted to be a travel planner for ski.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I really like sport, but I really like the idea of being a travel planner.
Great.
That's why I did it.
Yeah, you know, I love it. When I was doing a travel agent, I love it. It's like for me, it's always traveling because when I connect with people, it's like I can work there till midnight.
Yeah.
Just finding for other people because I like it. And so then it's more like not the past into the work.
And I'm just like for not big family, so I have a cousin that's my age.
Yeah.
I have another one who's 81, and my sister is 65.
Yeah.
So I'm like the only one that really wanted to
You need this.
yeah, but I don't have to come to my sister or anybody, they're just like, take it.
Yeah,
Have fun with that. I'm like, perfect, that's what I wanted.
That is seriously perfect program because in whole real and in whole Canada, not only local programs, go on that. And that's we can't do the European portions like that on whole because it's so expensive to run this life program. And it's
You get to like do booking and stuff like that, while the student they hired like 2 years ago, she never did the booking on top of it. She had a course like a program as good as this one. She never ended up doing a booking and everything before she graduated.
some courses are even offered online. So when it's online, they have similar like a school, but it's all simulation. The school is not live, and it's different. For example, we have the license, so people create things all the time, so we know how to fix it.
Yeah.
Whereas when it's not live, you don't see lots of scenarios. This is great.
Everybody actually like why I want to tell why you don't do really
Yeah,
brand, but I really like the program here. Like an hour and a half. Yeah, like I do this, like I do around 20 minutes. Most of the time it's like when I come back, usually it's Montreal, Winnipeg, because they start in Ottawa. So if it's big flight, it's like 15 minutes. So in total, yeah, so in total I might be like in the plane, in the air for like 2 hours. And it's $1,000. Yes, I see that now and I'm like, whoa, I can go back outside the back home with all that money. Yeah, and mom is like, sometimes we're gonna be able to do like an Aerojet or Air Max.
That's the best way to do that.
Like, I'm going to this camp, I go there, something like that, and we come back and the same Aerojet or Air Max for 500. Just to come back.
And imagine if people in that area travel all time everywhere. Also frozen, right?
Yeah, so it's like,
It's gonna fly into the by itself, and then connect it.
Back for the last flight of mine. The last time I was stuck in Montreal for like 12 hours. All the other flights were full. So that's the really end of the winter flight. And I was much faster.
That takes time. Because you have to do most of the many times by 2 hours, so you're doing fast tracking. And 40 minutes flight, you have to do 1 hour, there's long.
I was just like, I don't remember where I remember.
You have to do something about putting in air camera. You have so many options. They can put you over different cities. So you work comfortable just to put you up, like a motel to Vancouver or Quebec. Because the only thing, like, you don't pay any more, but it's just time more.
Yeah, and they still my luggage because they always lose. They lost my sister's luggage and they found it was in Vancouver. But she didn't need to she just did my one from Montreal, Ottawa. And then they ended up finding the luggage 7 days later in Vancouver. She was like, what the?
This is very also e-pass.
Yeah.
I love it.
It was crazy, but it's fun.
Yeah.
As long as they find the
Fun.
luggage.
It's challenging,
Mhm.
but it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.